On with Sean.
Yep. Gosh, this gets blooming heavy. It's quite a big cable. You need quite a long cable here in Europe.
Have we still trapped the children?
There's one.
Oh goodness. Where's the other one?
What a one. It's raining quite heavily.
Why is it always raining wherever we go?
You should make a song like that. Why does it always rain on me?
So we're very quickly trying to make some scrambled eggs for Lena.
She's not happy about it. She wants it now. Oh, he's having pizza, which we did in the Ridge Monkey.
We're still doing in the Ridge Monkey.
Oh, still doing the second half in the Ridge Monkey. I just had to do an emergency repair on the awning.
As usual.
If I'd known it was going to rain quite so hard, I wouldn't put the awning up. I'd have put it up tomorrow. But anyway, we did. And it had broken free. There was a bit of a gust of wind and it broken free and started flapping around. And yeah, so I quickly had to go and put some more ropes in, string in, just like a bit of a guy rope kind of thing. But yeah, it's not really helped that much. It's still sagging loads in the rain. Eventually, I have found out a way to put a wind-out awning on the van. It took me ages to work out how to do it because we've got the roof rack there and that's in the way of the roof rails, so I need to work out the best way to tackle that. But I have found a way, I think. But it's yet another thing that costs like 1,500 quid. So that's why it's not on yet. So we had a bit of a washout evening last night. We arrived at this site, Romaine, what's it called? Camping de la Romaine, I think. It's at Lake Annecy, just on the eastern tip of France. Is there a tip to the eastern part of France? Probably not really. But we're just south of Geneva, basically. And you don't have to go too far, about an hour east, and you're at Mont Blanc. So it's a beautiful lake. We drove all down the side of the lake, down the western side of the lake, and it's just beautiful. It's very much like sort of how I imagine Lake Como to be, very Italian lakes looking, beautiful houses by the side. And today, I think the plan is we are going to get the pram out, wander down, it's about 20 minutes down to the bus stop, and then you can get the bus back up to Annecy, the actual, I think it's a small city, just at the top of the lake, but it looks absolutely glorious. Like I say, it was an absolute washout yesterday. We set up, we put the windbreak up, we put the awning up, and it just absolutely chucked it down, pretty much till about 11 p.m. So our picture's actually quite muddy, which is a shame. And obviously it got worse with all that rain. But stuff will dry out, I'm sure. Yeah, and that's partly why we're actually going to head to Annecy today, because it's supposed to be really, really glorious today. It's supposed to be lovely and sunny, and it would just give time for the pitch to dry out, I think. We have booked 4 nights here, but the forecast after today looks a little bit rubbish again. So I think we're actually going to cut our trip here short, head south to some better weather, I think is the plan. But let's have a quick look at what our sleeping arrangements have been, so that you guys know how we kind of manage with, I say manage, it's a 7.5 metre long van. We should be able to cope, shouldn't we, with 2 adults and 2 kids? But I can show you how we arrange it all. So, starting at the back, Lizzie's still in bed. How lazy. The kids were pretty loud last night, weren't they? We had a bit of screaming last night, so yeah, we had a bit of a lie-in. I say a lie-in, it's about 8 o'clock. There's not much of a lie-in, is it? But Lizzie sleeps at the back here with the 2 kids, Alina on that side, Harvey on the other side. It looks quite nice, doesn't it, with the fairy lights? Obviously the van's not all finished round here, but at least we've got the carpet bits on either side, which just makes it that little bit better if the kids roll into the edge. Well, it makes it loads better. It was just metal before, so we just got a step down there. I put a bit of a makeshift bulkhead on this side. I had already done this side for quite a while, but I put a little barrier on this side just to stop Lena escaping into the garage. Not that she probably could, because the garage is full. Obviously we've got clothes everywhere because that bad weather yesterday. We've just properly had to hunker down in here. But then the loud one here, Harvey, is just currently playing on his iPad, sat on my bed, which is made back into a bit of a sofa. That's how we tend to arrange it when we're on the site, just because it's quite nice. A few people, like 2 or 3 of us, can sit there. But obviously I lower that back bit down and then put my duvet out, and I did get a new duvet. I got the thicker mattress. The one before was just too thin for these rib beds. These RIB rock and roll beds are notoriously firm to sleep on, so I didn't get on with it with my previous one. Plus my other one was a summer tog duvet, and it just felt really thin. It wasn't, obviously it was nice and cool, but it just didn't really feel like a luxury duvet, whereas I went for the thicker one, the winter tog 10.5 tog, and it feels lovely. It's really, really nice. It feels like a proper bed, and it's much better for sleeping on this rib bed. Right, anyway, it's time to get sorted, get some breakfast, and get down to the bus and head to Annecy. This is more like it. This is the weather we were after. This is glorious. I would say it's about 19, 20 degrees already.
The paragliders
and
are amazing.
We're watching the paragliders come down like over the lake. They're absolutely incredible. It's about a 15-20 minute walk down to where we get the bus from, so
What did you think of your first fondue?
yeah, I've never had fondue before.
What did you think?
It was alright, yeah. It's exactly how I imagine, I suppose. Lots of melted cheese. Melted
It's
cheese.
expensive for what it is, isn't it, really?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, chuck some potatoes.
About 50 euros for 2 of us to have some potatoes, some cheese and salad.
Yeah. But
it's
tasty, and it's all part of it, isn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just crossing the famous bridge thing that has that building that everyone wants their picture taken against. That one there. But the downside is, oh gosh, everyone's everywhere. The downside is that there are flies everywhere, little midges. And it's so irritating. Next to the water, they're terrible. Oh my goodness, they're actually everywhere. I don't know how people are sat eating, because there are people sat eating there, but there are flies everywhere. This is as bad as like the Hebrides in Scotland. You gonna have an ice cream, Harvey?
Yeah.
Yeah. You get a little nugget on top.
Yeah, you get a little free scoop on top. There's so many to choose. So many to choose from. Very, very nice. And Harvey's nicked yours, hasn't he?
No, no.
But I got the same as you, so you can have.
Oh, aren't you
Some white
sweet?
chocolate.
That's why I married you.
But it's quite nice. I might not let you have it.
This is lovely as well, though. I think both kids have actually fallen asleep, so we're just going to take a little wander around this beautiful park. It's really stunning. What a beautiful day as well. But the weather is supposed to turn tomorrow, so we're getting out of here.
Well, we're back walking along the cycle path again, back to the campsite. We've had a good few hours in Annecy, and
I wouldn't say it's my favourite town or city.
I think it's a very pretty city.
Oh yes,
It's
definitely.
yeah, but you know, it's fairly touristy, as you'd expect, because
It's the midges as well. The endless midges by the water.
yeah, I imagine that's just a seasonal thing. I think because we've gone from cold weather to warm weather, I imagine the flies have hatched. It's a shame because it's right by the water, which is the prettiest part, but you can't stand there, you just get attacked by flies. So maybe maybe in different months, but I'd like to think in different months it's absolutely fine. But
certainly other parts around Lake Annecy are absolutely stunning.
yeah,
aren't they?
the park is nice. Right by the water,
That house over
the
there
actual
is
lake.
beautiful.
Yeah, the properties here
Oh my goodness.
are absolutely stunning. And then over the other side, they overlook this beautiful lake and the mountains opposite. Absolutely stunning. So yeah, I think if we were staying longer, I'd spend more time down at the bottom of the lake, which is not far from the campsite. There's a beach down there and stuff, which looks lovely. So yeah, and by the way, the flies were in the river bit in the actual city. They're not by the lake here. This is fine here, so
Yeah.
lovely. But yeah, I'm gonna go back, and I need a cold beer to cool down. Barbecue night. Right, as you can see, we're pretty much packed away. It's been really difficult actually because we've got this tree right behind, but we need to get reasonably far back so that we were well in the pitch. So I basically dumped everything in the back there. When we get to the next pitch, I'm going to empty it all out and sort it all out. But we're ready. Just obviously need to put that car seat in and pack the rug away. Oh, and make the seat up.
Lena's causing carnage.
Carnage. You causing carnage, Lena?
She's been
Concentrating.
pretty good though, to be fair. She has been entertaining herself.
Good.
And so has Harvey, whilst we've tidied up a bit. I've had no sleep, so